we do have a special guest, but it was a wonderful time. Special guest. Bring him in, Bobby.
I'm in. Boom. Bobby.
Here is Brian. Brawdy. Brian, good to see you.
Great to see you all. You know, I have to say right off the bat, it's why it's at 40% in terms of draw across the country. Everyone's running around in leotards. Not everybody, the ones we were saying, but everyone else is running around in leotards. It's like Chippendales in lime green. Right? Oh, geez, I can't figure out how to get to be 40% of the draw in this country. You're the only male on the front line. That's how it got to be 47.
I think 40%. I think we found where Becky's batteries went.
No, I'm actually gonna. I love when Brian's here. This is amazing.
Brian, for people
I'm gonna
that
sit back and enjoy the show now.
Let me give Brian a proper introduction.
Put a ring on it. Wait, who's putting a ring on it?
Becky, do you want to give Brian an introduction, or do you want me to?
I feel like this guy needs no introduction.
Okay, well he may not, but we've got folks here that are new to the pack and may not have seen the prior episode that Brian was on.
No pressure there.
Brian is absolutely a longtime expert survivalist prepper. He is a former veteran, because if you're a veteran, you are former veteran of the Air Force. He is also a survivor. Yeah, you can talk about that if you want. But today, importantly, Brian is the founder of a entity called Mortal Up, and you can check him out at mortalup.com. He's got a bunch of good stuff out there, and he's a regular media maven on all kinds of different media stations, be it TV, radio, etc. And the reason is because he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff, especially as it relates to the type of things that we care about. What?
I'm just laughing at our Wolfpack's comments.
Can you give Brian an introduction like that? Are you paying attention?
I am paying attention.
Okay. Brian, see what I have to deal with? All right, I'm going to take a sip.
I do. Well, I was promised 9 maids a dancing, or what does the song go? I have my own version here.
8 French maids a milking. It's 9 ladies dancing.
9 ladies dancing.
9.
So Becky and 8 bells. So it's like 9, right? How many bells is on your strap right there?
3.
Too many.
5.
All right, 3 Beckys and 5 bells. I'm thrilled to be here. All right, so hey, can I interrupt for just a second? I have a little gift for you all. The hard copy copy will arrive tomorrow in the mail. But since we're talking about Fat Bottom Girls and Tchaikovsky, although I like the 1812 Overture, I got to tell you, I'm a little partial the Nutcracker thing. But here we go. You ready? This is just for you all, and this is my final appearance on anything video or audio for about a month. We're going to take the entire rest of December to beginning of January to focus on Friday Night Firelights, right? Yeah. Right. Friday Night Firelights, where we're going to be doing our show from outside in front of a live fire. So it's going to be very primal, very this and that. So this is my last public appearance before we do that. So in honor of it being the holiday and my last public appearance, and the fact that I've never sang before on anything. Good morning, and wherever I've been. You ready? Okay, here we go. So excuse, and my apologies for people that thought you were going to tune in and I was going to be professional.
Oh my goodness, Bobby, you need to do a EXU.
Yes, Bobby, finger on the mic kill button. Finger on the mic kill button. You ready?
No. This is great. Okay. I've been trying to get Eric to sing for months.
Oh, yeah, well, Eric's probably better at it than I am. Right, you ready? There's a war arm for our freedom. Fla la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be planning. Fla la 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 la. Now you know I would never won an Emmy. Face the threat with bowls of yummy. Fla la 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 la. Don't get caught with stomachs growling. Fla la 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 la. Taste as great as it's nutritious. Fla la 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 la. All you need is to add water. Fla la 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 la. Toss the rest and join our movement. I'm a horrible singer. I'm a horrible. Why would anyone listen to me? Fla la la la. Win with nutrient survival. Fla la 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 la. And I know everyone's going, oh my God, when is that soundtrack going to drop?
It's right there. Soundtrack going to drop?
Who knows? Who knows? Just go to nutrientsurvival.com. Get the food. You don't need the music. La la la. Join the win. What's my plan? Win with nutrient survival. La 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 la. All right, I'm done. That's it.
That was amazing. You took the time to write that. That was amazing.
Just for you guys. Just for you guys.
Brian, that was
it's all the kindness you've shown me. Every so often I get a nice little thing. This is real fur. I think they got a rabbit for this.
Fur? No,
Talk
we
about
don't
the
like-
Animals were
nutcracker.
harmed in this making
Yeah,
of this video.
please.
That's right, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay,
don't-
I'm sorry. This rabbit was harvested. Right? It was harvested. It happened to fall in with the chickens. I got it for no price at all, really. All right, I'm sorry. I'm done.
I
told-
Well,
La la. I told Robert he should ride the mic button the whole time. I can't be blamed.
Brian, we needed to hear how that was amazing.
I gotta say that
Look at
was
the little claps. You guys are the best.
that was
The
original.
Thank you very much. Thank
the
you.
motivation is unbelievable.
It is, right?
creativity.
the minds
So
is
Friday night
amazing.
firelights. Friday night firelights.
Firelights, yeah.
What's that about?
Well, I'm coming up on it's the 37th year anniversary, and I don't want it's just the 37th year anniversary of my father's suicide. So you know me, Eric, we've talked about it before that the precursor to all biological suicide is philosophical suicide. It's always been. Now, none of the shrinks will tell you that. They won't admit to that, but it has very little to do with anything other than you just give up on yourself. So what I wanted to do was craft a show that would broadcast live to YouTube, but unlike every other show that we're involved in, this one's going to be outside, 3-camera shoot, and the only light of the set is the fire itself. So I wrote Friday Night Firelight in hopes of telling people, go back to that time where you felt very primitive, where you felt very primal. And remember, Mortal Up, and I thank you for mentioning it, Mortal Up is really about digging deep. It's a rescue mission. It's an excavation. It's an archaeological dig. And I thought the best way to do that is in front of a fire. Even if it's just a philosophy, they get to melt all the psycho fat and flab, all the cognitive cellulite that keeps them trapped in that philosophical suicide. Yeah. And I thought, what better way to be able to write off the fact that I get to sleep out under the stars every Friday night. So we will do the show live, and then I'll spend the night, rain or I guess that would be snow or moonshine. Mm-hmm. I will spend the night outdoors, and then Saturday morning, when the fires dwindle down, we'll do a quick little recap of the show. But so I'm going to take the next few weeks to write all that up. There'll be a food segment. We'll be cooking all kinds of nutrient survival food and some other things. There'll be authors. There'll be bushcraft experts. There'll be people from all over who actually join me from their own fire. So it's a podcast about a guy sitting at a fire where other people sit by a fire and they log in and we'll do the interview and hopefully have a sense of community as a buffer to that philosophical suicide so that, I can do my little bit to make sure that that's never a good idea for someone else. So that's probably more than I needed to say.
Well, very good. Very good.
Thank you, brother.
I see a lot of positive reinforcement from our wolf pack. Obi Khan said something about fires are very... It's just soothing. You can sit in front of a fire, especially a outdoor fire where you're feeding the fire and have to attend to it versus what we've got are these gas inserts, which are okay.
Sure. Well, I hope it's like a Rorschach test.
No, I mean, just flick it on.
Yeah, just flick it on. Yeah. I'm more into the natural fire, but there is. I mean, it's something special about having the smoke kind of penetrate your clothing and your hair.
Yes.
It's just great.
Well, it's a Rorschach test, right? Yeah. And I'm hoping that people that watch it, the multicolored flames, the pop, the spark, the smoke, it takes them back in time to where they learned all this crap in their lives, right? It takes them back to that sense of thankful being immortal. I did a thing today for a show where I said Sisyphus was smiling the whole time because no matter how heavy the boulder was, no matter how tough his uphill was, he'd get to the top and go, that's all the heavier you can make this boulder, right? So I'm hoping that the flames do that it mesmerizes people and they look at it and go, there's more to me than a lot of the stuff my mind offers up. So that's it. That's why I'm taking the time off to write it.
That's awesome, Brian.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
It sounds very unique. I haven't heard of anything like that.
Would this be
all.
on YouTube, Brian?
It's going to be broadcast live to YouTube. So to your point, it's a little bit of a hurdle because the whole set is going to be lit by the firelight. Now we'll have microphones and we'll have 3 cameras and the like, but I have to keep tending the fire to keep the light up enough, or you're going to see some guy in the shadows going, "Hey, what's going on out there?"
I was going to ask you. I did a live stream the other day with the team, and I was outside. Yeah. Remember that? Outside my place out in Washington. My
Oh yeah,
parents'
and the
place, and it got,
coyotes started to attack you.
it got dark, and then we started hearing coyotes.
Oh, great.
Yep. It was,
I
it was
missed
pretty
that.
cool. Do you have coyotes
that.
up there in Ohio?
We do have coyotes and owls.
Are they
so
coyotes
I
or
took-
coyotes?
I think they're coyotes. I don't, I miss the mountains of Colorado. I miss the mountains of the Northwest. I miss not being the top of the food chain, right? I miss, right? Like when you're in Alaska and you're hiking, tracing the wolves, you got to know your stuff or the wolf pack, right? So I miss that. I miss grizzly bears. I miss when you better
Bring back grizzlies.
They're brown,
No.
lie down.
Really? That's the first time I've ever heard that one. I miss
I miss
the
grizzly
growl
bears.
of the grizzly.
I miss my garbage being knocked over.
There's a good show for you, the Grizzly Man or Grizzly.
Grizzly fire
It's called
pit.
Grizzly Man, Grizzly Bear Man.
Grizzly man. The
Grizzly
guy
Man.
was eating
Oh, there's something to it though. When you're in Alaska and that bear was within 50 yards of you and it's moving its paw and knocking off soap
hungry.
berries like they're going out of style. I just love that. So I miss whatever you call them. I miss the carnivores.
There you go.
Right?
Yep.
So that's
Awesome. Yeah, cool.
Well, thank you very much.
That'll
That's
be
cool.
fun.
That's
So
cool. Yeah,
when
I look
is
forward
it
to it.
expected to have your first one go live?
Well, Becky, thank you so much. I think it's actually on the anniversary of my father's death. So it's going to be about the second week in January. We hope, right? We're still writing it and working it all out, but it'll be very close to the mid of January. And to give you an idea of how warped some of my friends are, I got a package in the mail the other day, and there's a note that says, please use this on the set. And it's a welcome mat that says, let it snow. Right? So that gives you an idea the type of friends I have. But in any
The more
event, it's going to be.
the more dramatic, the more views.
Yeah,
I know,
I would have
right?
probably kicked it off in the summer. Not like, let's do it in January.
No,
you
we're
gotta-
doing
to
it
build a fire.
Dead of
you know?
winter. Yeah, I don't
that's
need to
true.
knock the
Prime
mosquitoes.
wants to build a
Yeah.
fire. He might eat. He might
Yeah.
eat the rabbit that hops by. Little rabbit in the woods. Little man by the.
Never
post.
can tell. Again, that's how I may have gotten this hat or not. I'm not really sure. Yeah. And no
the
tent,
neighbor's
by the
cat.
way.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping
tent?
out under the stars. No tent. So it's just me and the elements and 3 cameras and a couple microphones and some food. And
So if it's pouring, are you going to protect the cameras at least?
yeah, I had to use all GoPro and waterproof setups for everything, waterproof for the mic. So everything except, well, I'm wearing, Gore-Tex. So, but everything else about the set is waterproofed. And then as long as I can keep the fire going, I should be good.
Yay. Well,
But that's a
gonna
part of the
be-
challenge,
It's going
right?
to be fun. We're going to look
Yeah.
forward to checking
Thank
that
you.
out.
Thank you
can't
so
wait.
much.
It sounds almost like alone, but you're alone for one night.
I'm alone
Nobody's
for-
with
yeah.
you. You just the cameras and you, and then you're talking to people at other
No,
campfires.
potentially
Yes, sir.
somebody is with you, right?
No, I'll be by myself. That's the allure of it for me. And then the
remote.
broadcast studio itself is in Michigan. And the signal goes back to Michigan. And then Wayne goes ahead and pulls in all of the guests. So they could be from anywhere. And it's set up through Wirecast so that literally anyone can call in and go, hey, I got a fire here, wherever. And Wayne will add them right away, and they get to ask questions of the bushcrafting. I call it backyard bushcrafting, right? So that we're learning how to tie knots, how to use knives, how to use. It's just me being a little kid again, except it happens to be live, and hopefully with a message a little greater than just me getting an excuse to camp out regardless of the weather, because I love it. So it
Fascinating.
speaks to my illness.
Can we bring it back? Can we bring it back to Christmas for a minute?
Sure, I'm sorry.
You have a bunch of kids, yes?
I do. I have 5.
Yes.
Yes,
You
I
have
do.
a bunch. So do you have? We've been talking about holiday traditions and family and just weird things that we do. Do you have a? First of all, my first question is: do you wrap your stocking stuffers,
I may not sing, but I can rap.
or does Santa wrap your?
I'm sorry, that's
stocking
exactly where my mind went. And I go, you've heard me sing. Now you want me to rap? There's no way.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Well, between just our friends, my wife wraps them. I'm usually out long before that process hits.
You're busy doing the dishes, I'm sure. That's how we do
Oh,
it.
that's absolutely truth, right? If she does all
right.
the cooking, I do the dishes. The dishwasher does the dishes. I mean, I scrape the stuff into the garbage disposal, but yeah, I help.
That's good. You got skills. Good diversity.
It's a teamwork effort.
It's called
Teamwork.
division of labor.
Okay, so a family tradition, something that your family looks forward to every year, or something that you must do, an elf on the shelf, or anything like that.
Opening
What?
presents. Okay.
Let him
There's a
answer.
little
Brian,
present.
what do you
Go
got
ahead,
for your
sorry.
family?
No. We do a little bit. I think we do one present the night before, and then obviously we wait for Santa to come, and we make cookies, and we leave a plate of cookies, and we leave something for the reindeer and the like. And then the big shebang is Christmas morning after Santa's come.
Yeah.
And we all get together, and then just it's almost as bad as Thanksgiving in terms of the eating. So I do like extra crunches and push-ups and pull-ups and everything else to get ready for it. But yeah, so most of it's eating and drinking Christmas. Yeah, I just stuffed myself, right?
That's so funny.
And then I don't eat till New Year's. And then this year, it's a big New Year's because the number 4, all 4 of the top 4, I guess, college football teams play this year on New Year's Eve. So we'll be, we'll be recovering from our food coma. And then we get ready to watch football all day. New Year's
Ohio
Eve.
State. What's Ohio State, number 2 now? Is that what they
No,
are?
Ohio State I think was number 3.
Okay,
Michigan's
3.
2.
Michigan.
Whoever's the number 1. Georgia and Michigan.
Ohio
TCU?
State, and then TCU. Yeah,
TCU I think was
That's
4.
awesome, right? Horned Frogs.
Go football.
TCU.
Yeah, and then they'll figure out who plays for the national championship.
I didn't realize they were both on the same day. I thought they usually split them on Saturday and Sunday or something.
Yeah.
So
like
this
that.
is the first this happens? Oh, no, Christmas,
New
Christmas
Year's
Day.
Eve. I think it's
New
the
Year's Eve.
31st, and like Ashley's just got the day booked, right? It's
I'll
just
be
solid
dancing
football.
and partying down at the casinos. I'll be very busy.
Good for you. Very nice. Well, I'm sure they'll have it on somewhere.
I'll be in bed at 8 when you get.
I'm sure
in
they'll
bed
have
at
it on somewhere.
Go. Okay, well,
That's
we have
good.
this
That's
expert
very
here.
good.
All right,
Eric.
goodbye.
Eric's got a bunch of notes here, so
Okay.
I think he's got a couple of expert-like questions for you,
No, I mean,
Brian.
I'm setting up straight.
I think last time we talked about the rules of 3. 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter, and you talked about shelter. 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, and it brought me to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And Bobby, do you have that graphic? Because we have a new hierarchy of needs that we discovered out there.
Oh, great.
It's a little different than what we're used to seeing. There it is. Can folks out there see it? So, yeah, right down there on the bottom, the battery. You got to have a battery.
I use the solar
Did you write
panels.
that in?
Right?
You found that.
No. What does it look like? Of course, it's written.
Philosophical needs.
Did you do
Battery.
it, though?
Yeah. So the base thing that we all need is our battery life, and then the Wi-Fi, and then we can start talking about shelter
Right.
and other physiological needs and that sort of thing. And then at the very top is love,
Self-actualization.
self-actualization.
Eric. Why am I here?
Way
For
over.
procreation.
That's right. And yeah,
Procreation
exactly.
is the
No, so I'm
answer.
just joking. But we were
Always
talking
the
about the essentials. So what are you thinking? What's the next most important thing for you, or maybe most important gear for you?
Well, I will and it always goes back to the fact you ask about the kids. Of course, I have 5 of them, I mentioned. But for me, the Wi-Fi, if it goes down, it goes down, right? And with all the people running around the country shooting,
You buy into the Wi-Fi. I thought you were going to say like a prophylactic or something.
No. I'm Irish. Where am I
wrong
going
with
with that?
you?
Well, he's still stuck on the Tchaikovsky's
See,
1812, the
there's
Nutcracker.
real alcohol in his
There is
flask.
not.
That's okay.
folks.
That's okay.
It's empty
That's okay.
now
You're not
because
getting
he's
censored for
like,
that.
He's in
that's why
charge.
He's got 5 kids.
Words
He's in
leaping
charge.
with big
I drink all the
sacks
time.
and prophylactic.
I got 5 kids. I
Help
fill
us,
look,
everyone.
anything I can do to
God
fill the
help us,
bourbon in it,
everyone.
right? I'll fill it in anything. So for me, you can't count on the Wi-Fi. And I mean this in all seriousness. I have solar panels, some small, some larger, much larger. But I always keep a battery charged because when confronted with an emergency, I need to be able to I know this sounds weird, but I need the battery life for the kids' Switch or the Nintendo or whatever. Because in an emergency situation, and here's the thing that I sometimes...
You got to have your Switch.
You got to have
No,
the
'cause the
kids
kids are
preoccupied.
occupied.
You have to have them
Yes.
preoccupied because
So they don't worry.
they don't worry.
Yeah.
And you got to keep them with munchies, and
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
got to have fruit snacks, and you got to have the Wi-Fi so that you can confront whatever the evil is directed at you, right? However many arrows. What does Diogenes say? Well, then we'll fight in the shade. So an emergency situation, when all the arrows are coming at you,
Yeah.
a part of fighting in the shade is making sure the kids are like, I don't think there's anything all that important going on. Dad doesn't seem to be all that worked up. And you can't do it if you
Never let 'em
haven't
see you
charged.
sweat.
You know what I mean? Like coloring books. People go, why do you have crayons in your family survival kit? So the
Old
kids have
school.
something to color.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Preoccupy
Rubik's
them.
Cubes, kids.
Rubik's Cube. We have 4. Boy, each kid has his own Rubik's Cube, right? And we do it so that they have something to focus on so that you can focus on the thread at hand. So battery life, although everyone's kind of laughing, oh, what does Brian use it for? A hair straightener, right? A hair dryer? It's important to keep the kids preoccupied. So I would say that makes sense that it's
That's good.
low
That's
up.
good. That's why I gave Becky the little nutcracker with movable
Very
arms. Got to keep her preoccupied. All right. No, that's great advice for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. It's why when you go to a restaurant, what do they give the kids?
Yeah, same premise. Well, tonight at dinner, that's why they all ate some of your all's
kids'
food,
menu.
right?
Wait, why'd you take that away from me?
Stacy's a local.
Is
She's
she?
great
Hi,
advice.
Stacy.
She's got kids. Actually, her kids came to our facility. We gave them a homeschool
great.
tour. It was really cool.
Great.
She's part of
Hey,
Wolfpack.
Stacy.
She's out here in Northern Nevada.
Oh, fantastic.
And, I was like, all right, yeah, come on down.
Oh, that was so
yeah.
cute that day.
I said, we'll give you
There's
a tour.
a bunch of them, right? Like,
Great.
and I
a
was
lot of
expecting, middle school, high school kids.
Right.
And man, I think we had the youngest one was what, Stacy? Probably 6 months, hanging on the front of one of the other.
How many
homeschool
kids were there?
moms.
Were but like 9, 10?
Oh, more than that.
Oh, really?
Great.
Yeah, it was great though. We had
It
a
was
really
cute.
good time.
Eric
Nobody
looked
got
like the
hurt.
Pied- Eric looked like the
Cool.
Pied Piper.
I told them, I said, look, this is like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. You keep your hands inside. You don't eat the food. You're going to turn into a big blueberry.
A big blueberry. But it's funny that you say that because even tonight for dinner, we had some of your all's food. Because and here's the thing, you go, Brian.
Thank you.
Why do you
Did you just
eat
wave?
nutrient survival food? One, because they each found an individual taste that they like. That they go, oh, could I have some of this? Could I have some of that? But more importantly, in an emergency situation, I don't want that to be the first time I introduce them to our food.
Yeah.
Right? Because here's the thing, and I get in trouble with preppers a lot because preppers think, I got all this, I got all that, everything's going to be peaches and cream. Everything's going to be roses and sunny. I learned this from the immediate aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. I responded, cops are living in the back seats of their patrol cars. People had no food. There was no water. The seawater, when that 13-foot wall of water came in, compromised all the wells. So you can be as prepared as you want. It's never as easygoing as you think.
Love Uno.
So for me, I always like to figure out if I'm my own 911. If the only guy riding in, or the only girl riding in on a white horse to save the day is me, what can I do so that when I put my family behind my back, I'm sure they can count on me? So I'm all the time thinking, how do I normalize catastrophe?
Yeah.
And I do it by introducing the kids to our foods. Or, Becky, thank you, sent me some rocks, right? And they're like, oh, this is even better than our
Special
rock.
ops rocks. Not
Special
just a
ops
bag of coal, folks.
Right,
Not just
right,
coal. It
right.
was the special ops rocks.
Yeah, that's
And it
Indeed.
rivaled their Halloween candy. They
Yeah.
enjoyed that as much as some of the stuff they got for Halloween. So I like to normalize the catastrophe. Like our kids know where the fire extinguishers are,
That is so good. Yeah,
right?
That's
To
awesome.
normalize
Yeah,
it so that if
right.
it's an emergency, they go, it can't be all that important. We do this every Friday night. Dad makes us count the number of steps to where the fire. Ask Stacy. Well, I bet you the kids know how to get to the front door. And if it's warm, they know where the backup plan is, right? Normalize the catastrophe now. So that heaven forbid when it hits, you go, swing, whiff, yawn. It's a piece of cake. I got this.
Swing with yawn. I feel like that's a song. Swing with yawn. Swing with
That
yawn.
is awesome.
swing
You
with
are seeing
yawn
just a
and
ton
get
of
along.
positive affirmation from our pack. Everybody's chiming in on this one, like exactly I used to do that. I mean, that is just great advice. You don't even think about it, but it's so easy. Have a deck of cards. Have a game of Uno.
I was like,
A lot
yeah,
of people are
Uno. I
talking
love a
about
good game of Uno.
Never skip your mom. You know, in all the years I played Uno before my mom died, all those years, I never skipped her.
You know,
That's why I have such great luck. That and not because I'm Irish. I never skipped my mom.
I feel
And my
like you
dad would go,
skip
you
me,
just
block me."
lost the game. Would you skip your mother? No.
I would say,
never
Mom,
skip your mom.
sorry. It's just business.
No, you wouldn't. No, I know you
I would. I totally would. You don't know
But
me.
someone also said they have a bug out bag with just kid stuff in it, like
Toss it.
games. Yeah.
Yes. Toss
So
it to the
we're-
kids. Let them
Non-battery
focus.
things.
Absolutely.
Books. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're getting a lot of folks like, who is this guy? This guy's awesome. This is Brian Brawdy.
Brian
And
Brawdy.
Brian Brawdy. You can find more out about Brian at mortalup.com.
Expert in survivaling. That's a
Mortal-
word. Survivaling.
Let me try this again without interruption. Mortalup.com. Mortalup.com. Now, Becky, now you can say something. But when the guy's URL is kind of important, right?
Thank you.
You got stuff out there, and he's got a new series coming out, Friday Night Lights, and that's going to be on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. And your debut is when? January?
I think the 15th of January, somewhere, whatever the second Friday
so
would
what
be.
is that, a
Friday Night
Thursday?
Lights. It's
You
a
said
Friday
Friday.
night.
I know.
Every
I'm
Friday
joking.
night we'll do it. Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. Friday Night Firelights. Tune in on Mondays.
All right.
Tune in on Tuesday live streams, folks, on Wednesdays.
Right. With a special recap just for subscribers Saturday morning. No, you don't have to subscribe. It's free.
yeah.
Absolutely. I don't charge for
That
anything.
is so funny.
So someone says being Irish is best. Are you Irish?
I'm from Wales. I have 3 grandparents are Scottish and one is Irish. So yeah, I think
So
I
is
wear a
Brawdy-
kilt on
is-
St. Patrick's Day.
Is Brawdy Irish?
It is, a matter of fact, and the other name was O'Hare, which is really, I guess, Irish.
Yeah,
O'Hare.
that's a giveaway.
Yeah,
Anything
isn't
with
it,
an O, I love it. O.
Yeah.
It was giving us real
O'Grady,
problems.
O'Brady.
People with O's and
O'Shady.
the apostrophe. They were difficult.
Yep.
It was screwing up our ship station, right, Bobby?
I was totally not listening.
What were you doing?
No, it was
Geez, thanks, Bobby.
All I heard is
Apostrophe, like, oh, Brian.
I'm trying to get the comments
O'Grady.
going again.
No, that's great. That's great. Awesome. So, you're going to be out in the snow. Are you
Yes, sir.
thinking about staying warm outside of the fire when the fire kind of, settles down a little bit? Are you doing anything special with your, particularly your feet, I think? The feet are probably the first thing to go.
Yeah, I wear down boots, old school from Mountain Hardware, the base camp boots, and then I just wear a jacket, and I have a really heavy, thick blanket, and I try to make it as best I can, like the old days, right? I want to. It's why I take a cold shower every morning. I want to be exposed to the most offensive that Mother Nature can be, whether it's flora, fauna, whether it's terrain. Animals, I like Mother Nature giving it her best shot. And for me, I thought, well, instead of taking a cold shower, instead of New Year's Day doing an polar bear plunge, I'll just sleep out all night long with a blanket and a pillow on a platform.
There you go.
Thanks,
I'm very
Carolyn, for
excited.
signing up for Brian's
funny.
newsletter. Is that on his website?
That's a good idea. Sign up for ours too.
Yeah, sign up for
sign
yours.
ours.
Yeah, because I don't even think we have one.
Somebody just signed up for it.
Oh, they did? Oh, great.
do
Thank you,
now.
Wayne.
Yeah, you do
Do
now.
now.
Wow, there you go. Well, I'll
that.
start typing as soon as we get off air. I didn't even know we had one. Great, that's great. Oh, the
awesome.
Mortal Up Minute. Of course I knew we had the Mortal Up Minute because if it can't be said in
Mortal
60
Up
seconds,
Minute.
you don't need to hear it.
That's
So our
fantastic,
podcasts
the
are 60
Mortal Up
seconds
Minute.
long. Yes,
Why
thank you
don't
for
we have anything like that? Newsletter.
We're not
Well,
as
wink,
creative.
wink,
We
nod,
don't-
nod. You guys
Brian-
should talk to your boss. Well,
tell you.
if you could ever get a word into him, I would do the Mortal Up Minute. For
Oh, she gets a word in. Trust me.
I got a new boss
I
now.
know, I'm
Eric
shocked.
used to be my boss, but I just got a new boss.
No, I'm the boss.
Willpower. Right, Bobby?
Oh, what a great name.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Bobby Fear. Right? Robert
Mr.
That's coming next,
Mr.
Willpower.
Fear.
Mr.
Just
Fear.
you wait. on
I
the
love
willpower.
Robert. He goes, I wasn't listening. He goes, yeah, he's used to being Brian
Look,
being on.
his brain is scrolling comments right now.
I got my iPad going. I'm not listening to
Yeah,
Brian.
Bobby's playing Uno in the back.
Right, skipping his
Chess
mom.
with himself.
I'm skipping you.
Little magnetic pocket chess with himself.
Skipping you. That's great.
Oh my God.
What are you saying? What I'm playing something with myself back
You're
here?
playing with your chest.
Playing chess.
He's
Okay.
playing with his chest in the back, folks.
Well, all
Because
right.
we're Lords of Leaping.
Well,
We're
Brian,
back
we
to the
appreciate
Nutcracker.
you coming on here, and
Not at all.
Yeah,
Anytime.
we'll have you on again soon. Hopefully,
Thank you, sir.
I guess not until you make your Friday Night Lights, fire lights, and it sounds like we may
Friday
be doing
Night
some
Lights,
business with that and
fireside.
trying to get engaged with that
Fire night.
opportunity for sure.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it because I would love to have you guys, right? So if you're already doing something outside and the coyotes, tomato, are driving you in, I would love for you all to let me return the favor. You're so gracious to have me as a guest
I'm
all
going to
the
be
time.
wearing a snowsuit.
Great. Fantastic. The more, right?
I have a
Bring your
fire pit.
bells.
Selfie.
Yeah,
No,
a
it
fire
doesn't have
pit,
to
see?
be a
Oh, you have a
legitimate.
fire pit.
Exactly. I
Sure.
have a fireplace and a fire
No,
pit.
if
so
we're
that'd
going
be
to do it, it has to be live outside.
Of course,
yeah.
we
Well, I
get
know
that.
That'll be cool.
will
We
do it
get
out there.
that. That's what I'm worried about.
All right.
we could bring a little fire pit
I
here.
don't
All
like
right.
the elements like you two.
So
Brian,
guys,
God
All right,
bless
sir.
we want
Good
to
night.
see a
Thanks
big
so much.
bump in Brian
thank you.
subscribers after this.
Yes. Oh, thank you very much.
Go show him the love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Show him the
Absolutely.
love.
All right,
you.
Brian. Well, thank you. God bless
Thank you so much, sir. You
sounds
too.
like we won't see you maybe, and hopefully we talk. But Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Same
And-
to you. I love the picture
yeah.
of you and your son. The other day, I saw that somewhere, wherever it was posted. So the best to
Shirts
your
off. family.
family, Becky, for you,
Always. That's a big thing with our family. Shirts off.
as it should be.
What are you, Matthew McConaughey, everywhere?
Because I have a big scar on my chest. You know that.
Okay, Superman.
Yeah. All right. Brian, God bless you.
Brian,
Thank you.
always a
Thank
pleasure.
you
You're the
all. I'm
best.
not
Great
sure how
advice.
informative that
Brian
was, but
Brawdy,
thank you.
mortalup.com. Brian
Thank you,
Brawdy.
sir.
Thank you.
It was
All right.
amazing. Merry
Good
Christmas.
night now.
to you
Merry
and your
Christmas to you
family.
as well. To you as well.
Bye.